ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ॐ श्री हयग्रीवाय नमः। ॐ श्री वल्लभा समेत श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। We were discussing the Brahma Lakshana, jnAna-Ananda-roopatva-upapAdanam. How the words jnana and ananda are tenable in revealing Brahman. So in this context, the one of the questions which was raised was what? How can you have two words revealing the same vastu? Either they have to be synonyms. If they are synonyms, then it is useless to use those two words. But if you have two different words, then it can really mean it is that you are having dvaita. So here we say that two words, even in Vyavahara, are pointing to the same Vishishta Vastu. Even when you say Nilo Ghataha, really you are only pointing to one Vastu. But the Pravritti Nimitta of Nila and Ghata are different. One is showing the Nila Vishishta Vastu, another is showing Ghatatva Vishishta Vastu. Both are same. Like that here, the words Vijnanam, Anandam, all of them are pointing to the same Brahma Vastu, or they are revealing Lakshanaya. They are revealing words, we have to say. And also, but why they are used? Because they are used for different reasons. That is the Pravritti Nimitta, we say. What are the reasons for using two different words? I mean, each word has a certain purpose to fulfill. So in this case, each word actually removes certain wrong notions about this Brahman, you can say. And in this context, the Jnanam word, the Pravritti Nimitta for that is what? Sarva Avabhasakatvam, we said here. So Sarva Avabhasakatvam is this is the Jnana Shabda Pravritti Nimitta. Similarly, Parama Premaspadatvam, this is the Pravritti Nimitta for Ananda. Now again, these two words you are giving some meaning. There can be a doubt, correct? Apramanya Shanka can be there. Apramanya Shanka means whether whatever I am saying is valid or not. Does it have a backing of a valid means of knowledge or not? Means we say that you cannot have this doubt that this is not valid or this is not from a valid means of knowledge because it is seen in the Shruti itself, correct? Shruti says, Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. And also here he is quoting the Taitriya Shruti. This Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati is there in Mundaka Upanishad. Different Upanishad it comes actually. And Yesha Hye Vanandayati. In Taitriya Upanishad, it is one of my favorite places, correct? This Raso Vaisaha Rasagahyeva Yallabhanandi Bhavati Tohyevanya Kaf Pranya Yedesha Akasha Anando Nasya Yesha Hyevanandayati. Like that it goes. It's a very beautiful section. So who can even live or have feel any joy without this Brahman's Ananda being there, correct? Brahmananda alone is also manifest in every Ananda which you have. Otherwise, if you feel that you don't have any chance of joy itself, people can even commit suicide, correct? That's why it says F pranyat and all that. Who can even live without this Ananda being there? So that brahmanah Ananda is the very rasa, and that rasa only is everybody they are enjoying that rasa. So he is quoting these two shrutis here. Okay. Now the Purvapakshi comes. Nanu tava sarva avabhasakam jnanam brahma aha avabhasayati iti chet. So now the question is, who is, you say that Brahman is the one which lights up everything, but who is lighting up this Brahman? Okay. This all enlightening Brahman, you can say, who is shining on this Brahman so that this Brahman becomes evident, let us say, means what we say, swataha eva bhasamanatvatasya. So Brahman is Swayam Jyotihi. It doesn't need any other light to be lighted up or become evident. The self-existent, self-revealing reality, swataha eva bhasamanatvatasya. So it shines by itself. Otherwise, what will happen? Anyatha, anavastha, dosha. Otherwise, then if some other consciousness has to reveal Brahman, then what? Who will reveal that consciousness? Who will reveal that consciousness? Like that, it will go into infinite regress. So that will be a problem. Also, what? Jnanam hi swayam prakasham tameva bhantam iti shrutescha. So this tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati only he quoted already. And there is a whole Swayamjyoti Brahmanam also in Brihadaranyaka, where this this Brahman Atma is revealed as Swayam Jyoti. So this Swayam Prakashatvam is the important thing here. In fact, this Swayam Prakashatvam can be easily understood. Correct? Anybody, if you ask them, are you there? You don't have to use any means of knowledge to know that I am there. That's why we say it is yes, Sakshat Aparokshat Brahma. Correct? So this Sakshat means it is revealed without any intermediary. You don't even need a pramana as an intermediary to know that I am there. I am is always revealed. That is the Sakshat. Correct? So that Brahman Atma is Swayam Jyoti. It does not require anything else for it to be revealed. Okay, once we say this what? Nanu yadi Brahma swataha eva sarvada eka rupyena bhasate tarhi bhasamane tasmin brahmani katham jagadadhyasaha. So this is the question next. So you say Brahman is Swaprakasha. You don't need anything else to reveal it. That means it is always known, always it is getting revealed. Then how can there be any adhyasa on this Brahman? Okay, there cannot be any adhyasa. Swaprakasha jnana is there means there cannot be any adhyasa. In fact, this is a problem which I don't know how the jnana abhavavadins, for them this is a bigger problem, I think. Anyway, so here he is saying what? Abhasa manayam he shuktikayam rajata adhyasaha. So uh, when the shuktika or the shell is not known, then only the silver is superimposed on that. Shukti bhanasya rajata adhyasa virodhitvat. If the shukti is directly known as shukti shell, then there cannot be any silver adhyasa. The shell to be known as silver, there has to be, the shell should not shine. Shell has to be covered, correct? So iti chet uchyate. So if you say like this, if you raise a question like this, what is the answer? We say what? Shuktikayam sarvatmana abhasamanayam kutra rajatadhyasaha. Okay. If the Shuktika is completely not known, sarvatmana means here in all ways, let us say, correct? In nothing about this this Shuktika is known. Okay. Abhasamanayam sati we have to add. Kutra rajatadhyasa. So if the shell is completely unknown, then there cannot be any adhyasa. That first you have to accept, everybody has to accept that you don't see anything, means there cannot be any adhyasa. But when does the adhyasa take place? Therefore, what? Tasmat samanyataha. Think the samanyataha only. It's not, sometimes this thing is not very clear. Samanyataha bhasamane eva adhishtane shutyadi rupe rajatadhyadhyasaha. So, it should be known generally. Samanyataha, that's what we say. Generally means what? As this. This alone you know. Something is there like that. That is the general Samanya knowledge, we can say. Okay, but the specifics are not known. This is, shell is not known, but this is known. Samanyataha. So, like that, then that this itself becomes the Adhisthana, correct? The locus where anything can be superimposed like a silver or something else also. Whatever you see because of your own samskaras. Okay. So, first, what we say, completely unknown, no adhyasa. Partially known. Partially known means it has to be available as a locus, as an adhisthana. That much knowledge has to be there. Then only you can do any adhyasa. So, only that which is samanyataha, which is known, there adhyasa is possible. Natu sutaram abhasamane. Again, that which is not, which is completely not shining or not known, there you cannot have any adhyasa. Also, what napi visheshakarena bhasamane va, or that which has been known specifically as this is shell itself, you know straight away. Then also there cannot be any adhyasa unless you do deliberate adhyasa. Sometimes Shastra also makes you do that, correct? The Sampat Upasana and all we say, but that's a different thing. Okay. So here, evam samanyataha bhasamane eva brahmani jagadadhyasaha iti. So what do we say? Brahman is self-revealing, but that self-revealing Brahman is only known samanyataha, is not known fully, properly, correctly. So then it can become a adhisthana for the jagadadhyasa. The jagad itself is an adhyasa, and so Brahman is the adhisthana. There is no problem here. Once we say this, what? There is a problem. Why he is saying nacha nirvisheshe brahmani samanya vishesha akara bhava ukta vyavastha na siddhyati iti vachyam. So, Purva Pakshi is saying nirvisheshe brahmani. Brahman is nirvishesha. How can you have samanya jnana, vishesha jnana and all that? Then you have come to our camp. You have become a Vishishtadvaiti. Okay, so Nirvisheshe Brahmani Samanya Vishesha Akara Bhava. So there is no Samanya Akara, Vishesha Akara and all you cannot give. There is a general general knowledge of Brahman and then more specific detailed knowledge, etc. These things are not there in Brahman according to you because it is Nirvishesham Brahma. So therefore, whatever you are saying, Ukta Vyavastha, the state which you are describing, cannot be established. Na Siddhyati. That's what he is saying. If you say that what na vachyam, you cannot say why. Yavad avidyam brahmani api nirvisheshe kalpita vishesha abhyupakama. So, yavad avidya. Till the time avidya is there, this Brahman, Brahmani api, even on Brahman, although it is nirvishesha, it has kalpita visheshas, we accept. The visheshas are only appearances. So you can say imagined visheshas. But again, the avidya itself is kalpita and adhyastha only. So how did this avidya come? Is already we discussed that in lot of detail. Okay. So here nobody, everybody has to do a quantum jump from one standpoint to the other. There is no other way. There cannot be really bridged or anything. Understand? So in fact, the word quantum jump is an interesting word in physics. I don't know how many of you may know that. So the when I think Niels Bohr only, I think, yeah. So he was analyzing the atomic structure. and all the models were not stable because the nucleus is highly charged positively, electrons are negatively charged, but then they have to attract each other, and there cannot be even a stable atom. Nucleus is sitting somewhere in the center, occupying very little space. In fact, electron clouds are all very dispersed at the atomic level, I'm saying. So then he had to propose a model where there will be stable orbitals of electrons. But the other thing also is what when the electrons move from one orbital to another, the energy is released and all that. Those phenomena are all well known even by that, correct? The radiation of energy, etc. So how do we account for all these things and still maintain a stable atomic structure means? Then he proposed this something called quantum jump, which is very interesting concept. So this is not a jump in space. The electron does not move in space from one orbital to another and go to the other orbital. If it does like that, eventually it will fall into the nucleus itself. So he proposed this quantum jump where the electron at the same time it is there here, the time it is vanishing here, it appears there in the other orbital without going through the intermediate space. Understand that? That is the real quantum jump in physics. It is very, it's not very intuitive, correct? But unless you propose something like that, they could not arrive at a stable atomic theory. I think it is still valid. These assumptions and all they keep even today, or something else they have come up with. I am not very current because I read all these things with some interest during my college days, and afterwards I haven't really updated myself. But this quantum jump is a very interesting concept that way. Without that, there is no quantum physics, in fact. And even the quantum wave concept also is very interesting because they themselves call it as a transcendental wave. It's not a real wave going in any medium. It is purely a mathematical wave. And, and it gives you probabilities of where a quantum system will collapse in space-time. So the wave is not traveling in space-time, understand? But then the result of that equation is that it will collapse somewhere. The quantum system collapses in space-time and all that. So these are all the concepts they are talking about. Anyway, here what I say is this is the same thing. How did avidya come? Means it has come. That's all. You are already in that avidya and you are questioning being in that avidya. So all we are trying to tell is you have to get rid of it. That's all you can finally say here. But anyway, so what we say is even this samanya, vishesha, akara, etc. are all only avidya kalpita, nirvisheshe, kalpita, vishesha abhibhagamat. The kalpita visheshas we have to accept. So we say nahi vayam nirvisheshe brahmani jagad adhyastamiti vadamaha. So we don't say that in nirvishesham brahma this jagat is adhyasta. That nobody can say. Nirvishesham brahma is nirvishesham brahma. From the standpoint of Brahman, there is no jagat or avidya or anything. Correct? But what kintu savisheshe eva ajnana avachinne. So we say that which is conditioned by ajnana or covered by ajnana, we have to say. Avarna Shakti, everybody talks about it. Bhagavan says it in so many words. Ajnanena avritam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. Bhashyakara also talks about this avarana in many places, in Brihadaranyaka, in Gita. So the avarana Shakti of avidya one has to accept, but doesn't cover completely. If the avarana is complete, there cannot be any adhyasa, correct? Like in sleep. But this is again the samanya akara is known even in the avarana, then the vikshepa works. Okay, so savisheshe eva ajnana avachinne brahmani only this whole thing happens, the jagadadhyasa. Therefore, what tatha cha brahmanah jagadadhyasa adhishtanasya Samanya akaraha sanmatram. So what is the Samanya form? The general form of Brahman is in the form of is, existence, Sat. Everything is known as Sat, 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 Sat only, correct? We have already talked about it. Sat Buddhi alone is Anuvrittam in each and every cognition. So that Sat is the Samanya Akara of Brahman. Then we don't know that in fact. We think that each and everything exists independently. That is also part of the avidya. And what is the Vishesha Akara? Vishesha Akaraha tu jnana-Ananda-miti. But that Brahman is not only existence, it is also consciousness. Right? It is also Ananda, Sukha, Sukha Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa it is. So, but the Vishesha Akara is not known. Na Brahma Kale, Brahma Vishesha Akara Pratitihi. So, Brahman is not known as Satyam Jnanam, Anantam or Sachidanandam in the Pranti Kala. That is the problem. Kintu tat Samanya Akara Pratitihi eva. But his existence is known everywhere. But Jnanam and Anandam is not known. Therefore, Yatha Shuktikaya Idam Amsha Samanya Akaraha Nila Prishta Trikonatwadikam Visheshakaraha. So, like even for a shell is known as this. That is the Samanya Akara, you can say the general form. But the specific form means there is some color, blue color, or it is of the form of a triangle, etc. Okay. Those things are all not known. The Vishesha Akara is not known. Similarly for Brahman also. Sad Matram is known always, but jnana-Ananda is not known. न ब्रह्मकाले शुक्ति विशेष आकार प्रतीतिः किंतु तत् सामान्य आकार प्रतीतिः एव. During the Brahma, that when you are seeing a silver on the shell, the Shukti is not known with all the specific details like Neela, Trikona, etc. So, therefore, only the Rajata Adhyasa is possible. So, Shukti is only known as this. Therefore, what Atayeva idam Rajatamiti Brahma Pratyaksham Tadvat Sad Jagaditi Brahma Pratyaksham. So, therefore, since the shell is only known generally as this, therefore, one can superimpose silver on that and have an erroneous cognition. Like that, Brahman is not known as Sachidananda. Because of that, we are seeing the Jagat there. Jagat Adhyasa is there. Jagat is like that we are cognizing instead of Brahman is. Therefore, what? So, this is what we are explaining. Okay. So, natu jnanam anandam va jagaditi yatha shukti rajatamiti na brahmaha tadvat. So, this jnanam anandam is not jagat and rajatam is not shukti, but that is what is cognized. Okay. So, that is the Brahma. That's what is happening here also. So, jagat is generally jada. And it is not always Ananda also. Of course, some Sukha and all everybody is getting. It's not Ananda Swarupa, you cannot say. So that's how you are seeing whatever is not there. And that is the Brahmaha. Whatever is not there, you are seeing. Okay, then what? Ayancha Jagat Brahmaha Jnana-Ananda Brahma Sakshatkarat Nivartate. So like how the even the other thing also he says Yatha Rajata Brahmaha Neela Prishta Trikona Shukti Sakshatkaran Nivartate Tadvate. So like even the silver cognition is negated and it goes away when you cognize the shell properly with its whatever qualities, specific qualities. Like that, once you know Brahman as Sachidanandam Brahma, the Jagat Brahma also Nivartate, it goes away. There is no real Jagat. It's only an appearance. Therefore, what? Tasmat jnana-Ananda-rupena abhasamane sadrupena cha bhasamane brahmani jagadadhyasaha upapadyate eva. So we conclude that, therefore, what? This jnana-Ananda rupena abhasamane he says. Abhasamane means if you have to know Brahman completely, properly, it has to shine as Satyam Jnanam Anantam Anandam, like that. But it is only known as Sad, which is the Samanyakara, and therefore on that Brahman, which is only shining as Sat, Jagadadhyasa is is possible. In fact, this Adhyasa, lot of discussion is there in other texts also, like Swarajya Siddhi, any Siddhi Grantha and all you take, because they say that even to do Adhyasa, there has to be some similarity and things like that. But finally, what we establish is something being there and not known completely is good enough. Okay. All other things are all not. There is no rule that they have to be there. Like this, in summary, I can say that. That's all. That's how we conclude. Something being there and it is not fully known. That is good enough. Then you can do any adhyasa on anything. There is no rule that there has to be some sama similarity or all those things. So Atma is there, it's not fully known. That is good enough. Okay. Therefore, तथापि यदि ब्रह्मणि कथं जगदध्यासः इति तद अनुपपत्तौ एव तव अभिनिवेशः. Okay, if you still hold on, let us say that how can Jagadadhyasa be on Brahman? That is not possible. It is untenable. Then what do we say? Tarhi Pritcha Avidya Avidya. Then you have to ask the Avidya only. How is this possible? Katham Tvaya Adhyastam Jagat Brahmani iti. Go and ask the Avidya that how did you do the superimposition of Jagat on this Brahman? See, that question we can even ask every scientist. How do we get this macro world if in quantum level there are only few particles? This nobody can answer that, correct? That is the Maya. Every physicist understands Maya actually very well because they all know the macro world is an appearance. So it is an appearance. That's all we can say. If you still hold on that, no, no, it is not possible and all that, we cannot give any answer. Understand that? Then you suffer in this appearance only. We are trying to get rid of the appearance and give you moksha. If you want to hold on to that, we can't do anything. So, sa hi sarve tubhyam vyakhyaasyati. Avidya itself will teach you everything. He is saying. Sa hi sarve tubhyam. All of you, only Avidya. Avidya means here we have to take it as Maya Shakti. Finally, you have to surrender to Maya Shakti, who is Uma. Uma Sahaya has to be there. Maya only has to help you to cross this Maya. Okay? There is no other way. So, Maya Yam Sarve Sambhavati iti Nyayat Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi Patiyasyam Maya Yam Satyam Nasti Kasyapi Kachidanupapattihi. So, all these things are only Maya. They are possible only due to Maya. That we accept Nyaya is there. And Maya itself is what? That which makes possible the impossible. Correct? Aghatita Ghatana. Whatever you say is not possible, it is making it appear. Correct? That is Maya. Okay. So if Maya is there, then what? Nasti kasyapi kachid anupapattihi. Kachidapi anupapattihi cannot be there. With Maya being there, there is no untenability of anything. It can make anything appear. But it's only an appearance. So that's all we can say finally. So sati satyam api anupapattau. Sa asmakam alankaraya eva. Even if you hold that all this is not there and all that, that's why Adhyasa itself you cannot explain logically, correct? Tamah prakashavat viruddha swabhavayoha and all. Bhashyakara is first trying to show that Anupapati is there actually. How can Brahman, which is Prakasha, Swaprakasha, there like this Jagat Adhyasa, which is like Tamas, can be there? But that is only a rhetorical question because it is there. But we are starting from there only, correct? Already Jagat Adhyasa is there. This question itself is within this Jagat only. So we are already there. So there is no point in saying that it is not logical and all that. You start from there and you have to go. It is only an alankara for us. Even if you say, how can my this Maya do this and all that? Means Mama Maya Duratyaya and all. Bhagavan also says, correct? Or Bhagavan in the 9th chapter says that Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Sarvabhuta. No, not that. What he says, or Nachame Asti Bhutani, he says. So all the bhutas are in me, first he says. Then immediately he says, they are all not there in me. That is my yoga, Maya, he says. Pashyame yoga, Aishwaram and all. So that is Maya. That which is not there, only it is making it appear. Okay. So all the beings are in me. In one sentence he says, then Nacha Matstani Bhutani, Pashyame Yogam Aishwaram, like that he says. Nothing is there, really speaking. So Maya itself is always avichara siddha. But once you know vichara, it is not there. Then you cannot ask how did it appear. That is the problem. So now you are trying to rationalize it. There is no rationality in this appearance of Maya. Understand that. In Maya appearance, there cannot be any rationality. Rationality itself is with all these things only, but you cannot extend it. Therefore, in fact, he is also quoting Bhagavata here because he is talking to all these Vaishnavas. So he says, Seyam Bhagavato Maya Yennayena Viruddhyate. So this Bhagavata, Bhagavan's Maya, here Yennayena Viruddhyate means it goes against all reason. Okay. It's not rational. That's what I'm saying. Rationality only can take us so far. At the end, you have to accept that Maya is Maya. And it can make things, it can make impossible things possible, or at least possible in the sense that not really. But it can make it appear. That is the That is the Shakti of Maya. That is Bhagavan Shakti also. So itihi Bhagavatam. Bhagavata also says the same thing. So like this, so jnana and ananda as Lakshana, Brahma Lakshana, we have to accept. Okay. Now the other important topic we are going, ghata-patAdi-prapanchasya mithyAtva-upapAdanam. So whether the prapancha, the world which we see, it's so many different objects like pot and cloth, etc. How can you say it is mithya? It is being revealed by pratyaksha pramana. So, but we are saying that mithyatvam of this world of objects, the objective world, is tenable. So, we are now going to discuss this topic. So, atha ghatadinam visheshanam vyāvartamanatvena, okay, aparamarthyam uchitam va nava iti vicharyate. So now we are doing vichara or analysis of what it is ghata, etc. Or ghata sharava, let us take. For one upadana, like mrit, it is appearing as different karyas, correct? Mrit is the karana, And then at one point in time it is ghata. When you break the ghata, then it becomes charava. You powder the sharava also. You pound it and it becomes churna. So like this ghata-adi, ghata sharava, churnadi. Okay. All these things are Visheshana, means here Namarupa of the Vrit only, correct? So these Namarupas are Vyavartamanatvat, means what? They go away, correct? They are not there always, they are transient. So they come and they go. So they can be removed. That being the case only, they are not real. They cannot be said. Ultimately, they are not real, correct? Aparamartyam, uchitam. Whether this is uchita or not, it is proper or not to say that ghata, etc. are not paramartha. This is the vichara. And what do we say? Ghatadayaha visheshaha paramarthaha. So the ghatadi visheshas are all ghatadi nama rupa vishesha. Okay. They are all aparamartha. They are not real. Why? Vyavartamanatva. Because they go away. Rajju sarpavat. What is the drishtanta? So the hetu is vyavartamanatva. Okay. Sadhya is ghatadayaha visheshaha aparamarthaha. And drishtanta is Rajju Sarpavat. Okay, we use an Anumana like that. Iti Anumanat Uchitabeva Iti Asmadiyaha. So we say that using this Anumana, itself, whatever Anumana we have given here, we establish that Ghata, etc., pot, etc., all these Nama Rupa are not ultimately real because they go away. Like even the Sarpa which appears in Raju goes away. It vanishes. Okay. Having said this, what is the now the opposition for this is what? Yasmin deshe, yasmin kale, yasya bhavaha pratitaha, tasminneva deshe, tasminneva kale, tasya abhavaha pratitaha chet dvayoho jnanayoho ekatra virodhat balavataha bhadakatvam अन्यस्य बाध्यत्वं च भवति इति व्यावर्तमानत्व मात्रं न अपरमार्थ्य प्रयोजकम इति रामानुजः. So what does Ramanuja say here? He says that in the same place, at the same time, whatever yasya bhavaha pratita means whatever is appearing as existing, correct? At that same place, at that same time, it should become non-existent, correct? Tasya abhavaha also has to be cognized. Then one pratiti is balavat. It is stronger than the other pratiti, other cognition. So there is a pratiti dvaya. Two pratitis are there. One is the bhava pratiti, another is the abhava pratiti. So one cognition, you say that it exists, snake exists. Then at the same time, at the same place, you have to say snake does not exist, only rope exists. So the two cognitions have to happen, and in that dvayoho jnanayoho ekatra virodha, one is contradicting the other, or one is negating the other, opposing the other. Therefore, one is balavat and other is negated. So the balavat, whatever is strong, is the badaka. It is the negator, and the other cognition gets negated. It is badhya. So there is a badaka and badhya is there, and that's how it should be. Badaka badhyatvam alone, if it is there, then we can say that the snake is not ultimately real, only rope is real. But in the case of pot, etc., that is not like that. Simply, it may go away some other time. That does not mean that it was not there when you cognized. That is their point. Okay. So, Vyavartamanatam, whatever you are saying that the pot form goes away, itself is not reason enough to say that pot is not real. That is not a prayojaka. That cannot be used as a reason to conclude this. There has to be a strong, this negation alone. The negation has to happen you at the same place, same time, he is saying. Then only, of course, the negation leads to Vyavartamanatvam also. Once it is negated, it is not there. It vanishes. But the negation is important. Then that negation alone is the reason to conclude that something is not real, not that it just goes away. It can go away even after 100 years. Will you say that it's not real then? That is the kind of question that Ramanuja is raising. Okay. This we don't accept. Tadasat. Why? In fact, there is no, you cannot have two cognition at the same place at same time. That itself we won't accept. See, even in the case of Rajju Sarpa, first you see it as Sarpa, later on you see it as Rajju. So where is the question of same place, same time? That's not possible really. Correct? So that cannot be given as a rule. They are inventing something. So what we are saying is Tata Sati Rajju Sarpo Pi Paramartham Paramartha Bhuta Eva Syat. Rajju Sarpa also will become the same thing. How does it matter whether you see something for 2 seconds or for 2 years? If it goes away, it goes away. Correct? So if we take your criteria, even Rajju Sarpa cannot be claimed as it is Bhranti. We have to accept the Sarpa as Paramartha. Paramartha Bhuta Eva Syat. It will become Parama, it will become real. Why? Nahi ekasminneva kale Ranju Sarpa Jnanayoho Dvayoho Sambhavaha. So we don't accept your contention that at the same time two cognitions have to take place and one has to overpower the other. At the same time, two cognitions are not possible. Yena Prabala Rajujnanena Durbala Sarpajnanasya Badha iti uchyeta. So only if two cognitions are happening at the same time, we can say that the stronger rope cognition will negate the weaker snake cognition, let us say. But that itself is not possible. So what we say, nahi brahma kale ranjit jnanamasti, napi brahma kale sarpajnana. When the brahma kala, during the time you cognize the snake appearance, which is brahma or which is erroneous, there was no rajju, there was no rope. Similarly, after you saw the rope later, there is no snake. So the the badhaka and the badhya are not happening at the same time. Understand that? The Brahmakala is separate, Brahmakala is afterwards. So whatever you say, we cannot accept. Now what he is saying, Purvapakshi. Nanu vayam jnanasya kshanikatvam abhyubhagacchamaha yena upradoshaha syat. So now he is saying what the upradosha, whatever defect you are finding in our position, will only apply if the jnana is taken as kshanika. But for us, jnana is not kshanika. We are not kshanika vijnanavadin like Buddhist. So for us, a jnana can go beyond one kshana, and therefore two jnana can be there at the same time. This is their argument now. Okay. So we are not kshanika vijnanavadi. For us, jnana can extend. One cognition can extend even while the other cognition is happening. This is the argument. Okay. So now what do we say? Kintu, okay, he's explaining that. So Kintu Trichaturashana Paryantastha Paryantasthaitvam तथा च प्रज्ञानकालेऽपि सर्वज्ञानम् अस्ति एव प्रबलेन तेन बाधितत्वात् निवर्तते इति चेत् मा एव. So they are saying that the jnana extends, okay, for 3/4 kshana into the next also.
It Stayitva means it is there still. The old cognition continues even while the new cognition starts. Okay. So that's why they say what Rajju Jnana Kale, even when the Rajju is being cognized, Sarpa Jnana also can be there. And therefore the stronger cognition of rope will negate the weaker cognition of Sarpa, which is also there at the same time, he says. This argument we don't accept. Iti chet ma evam. Why Rajju Jnana Kale Sarpa Bhavasya Sarva Anubhava Siddhatva. So the Anubhava is what? You are going against Anubhava. Rajju Jnana, when the Rajju is cognized, nobody sees the snake and the rope at the same time together, etc. That is the Sarva Anubhava Siddha. You see the snake, fine. Then you see the rope, you see the rope. There is no snake at that time. Therefore, we cannot accept your argument of this simultaneous cognitions, etc. So that is the argument. This is very interesting. We'll see this in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om